Okay, here we go. This is a 10-minute game against a 17-16. Let's try e4. e5. The Philidor. Let's go bishop c4. h6. Okay. d4. Knight c3. Let's play queen f3 and the knight can go to f5 someday. I'll put it there immediately. Okay. I'd like to go bishop f4, but I'm afraid of queen d7 and the queens have to get traded. So maybe let's play rook d1. It's good to line up the rook against the enemy queen. If knight e5, I'll probably just move the bishop back to e2. So b5. Okay. Let's play the bishop back to e2. I do have the pair of bishops. Don't know how useful they will be as the game goes on. Queen b8, okay. So let's develop a piece. Knight b4, okay. So this is under attack. And he can play c5 next move. Let's defend the pawn with the rook. And then someday we can double on the d file, so the rook is pretty useful on d2. I think c5 now would be good. Get that pawn in motion. After all, the knight moved away so the pawn could move. I mean, the pawn is now able to move. Otherwise, a3 is going to come and the knight has to go back to c6. One idea I have is bishop f3 and e5, and then the rook in the corner would be attacked. Okay, here comes c5, as we predicted. The knight's going back to c6. So maybe I'll put the other rook on d1. I could play a3, but I think he's going to go back to c6 anyway on his own without me prompting. So right now the plan is bishop f4, and I can attack this pawn. Queen b7, okay. Let's attack the pawn. Knight c6. Okay, now I can take the pawn, but I'm worried about knight d4. Although I can just move the queen away, so I guess that's okay. This bishop is protected by the knight, so there's nothing to worry about there. Although knight d4 and then b4, and then there's a problem with the pieces, you know. So let's say bishop takes d6. He trades, takes, and then he plays knight d4. Now queen's attacked, bishop's attacked. Queen goes to f4, b4, and all of a sudden these pieces get embarrassed. So we have to be very careful about this whole knight d4 idea. But I do think that this pawn's hanging. So bishop takes d... Oh, okay. I think I can do bishop takes d6. And then this c5 pawn's hanging. So we'll do that. Bishop takes d6. Because this c5 pawn is hanging. If there's ever a knight d4, I can just take on c5. And this knight's hanging, so there's no time for b4. So I might just have won a clean pawn. Okay, knight d4, but I'm thinking just queen takes c5. I thought of queen f4, but I think queen takes c5 is probably sufficient. The knight's under attack. So he doesn't have time for b4 or anything. You know, this knight's so takes. Okay, now we can play rook takes or knight takes. I'm worried about this pawn hanging, so I think rook takes looks okay. And if he puts a rook on c8, I can just move my queen. This bishop's protected. Okay, so it takes. And let's play queen takes as possible. The thing about queen takes is he puts a rook on d8, and do I really want to trade my queen for a pair of rooks? Rook takes just seems... So now I have 2 extra pawns, and I don't have to trade my queen for a pair of rooks. Not that there's anything wrong with trading the queen for a pair of rooks. Okay, b4 comes. This pawn is under attack someday, so maybe we could play I could just sack the rook. Sack the rook, but I don't think he'll take it back. I think he'll play BC, and then we have a problem. So maybe just knight d5. Keep things simple. Looks like he'll trade. And now, I'm not afraid of a queen trade. I think with 2 extra pawns, the rook ending is winning. But, so let's see. Queen there, okay. He might want to play rook d8 someday, which really just trades everything. I could play rook d7, queen f6 right now, and then e5. But then queen f4, and then we have problems. My back rank is weak, so maybe just h3. Let's play rook d7. I gotta move faster. I have 2 minutes left, so I should hurry up. Takes. Oh, he took the rook. Okay. It's interesting because the back rank is weak, but I don't have to. I can play rook here. Hold on. If I move the rook, he gets the mate for sure. If I move the queen, he gets the mate for sure. Too bad I can't move the queen to control d1. So rook d2, and then he trades. And this is a winning rook ending because I'm 2 pawns up. Rook e8, f3. Rook d2. Okay, this is winning. I'll put the king on d1, and then the rook is free to move around. Rook d4, attacking some things. Okay, I'll take it. Maybe I'll take this one. Got about minute 28 to wrap up this game. Okay. That's a free pawn. We'll play check and king c2. So b4. Get the pawns moving. Takes. It almost forces a rook trade, but not quite. Oh, it does.
Check.
It trades the rooks, okay.
Victory.
Okay, good game.